Talk Show. Recorded live.
And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a special edition of Beer and Money, PWP Radio, on this beautiful Friday afternoon in June 22nd, 2013. I am your host, a returning John JCD Dimiceli, and why the show is special today is we're going to be having former TNA star Robbie E. joining us shortly. Go over a bunch of things. He's got a great new podcast, a lot of new stuff going on. Plus, we'll talk about some of his TNA memories, and also a fact I did not even know until just looking up some background information about something that he was a part of, which in its own weird way is actually pretty cool. But I'll let him get into that if he wants to. Thank you for joining us. It's been a while, so we're back here on, as always, as part of PWP Nation. Don't forget to check out pwpnation.com for lots of great articles, news, editorials. No opinion is a bad opinion, and that's the beauty of it. You can follow PWP Nation on Twitter at pwpnation.com, as well as the PWP Nation Facebook page, and you can actually follow me on Twitter at JCD1219NY. As far as the schedule for Beer and Money, it's been a while, but we are going to be getting everything back up and running. I just have to figure it out. Me and Toph, the show is not over by any means. It's been scheduling on my end. That's been a problem. So once I can get that squared away and get a routine set, we will have Beer and Money back up every Friday afternoon at some point. I don't know if it's going to be the 3 o'clock time slot. We may be looking more at like a 12, or maybe something a little earlier. I'm not sure, but once we get that worked out, we will definitely let everybody know, and Beer and Money will be back with lots of great conversation, talk. In the meantime, there's a lot of great content on the site. Offended with Todd Rick and Jim Stout is an amazing, amazing show. I've been fortunate enough to be a guest on that show a bunch of times. So, that's a great show. They have great conversations, not just about wrestling, about everything, about hockey, sports, music, movies, entertainment, anything really that's a good topic. Jim and Todd are great getting into, and they always have some cool guests, some cool concepts. There's that, and I do want to give a shout out because despite the fact that it seems she's not going to be part of the PWP Nation family anymore, her content is still amazing, and if you have a chance, check out Super Kicking It with Kelsey. She does a lot of good things. Even if she's not part of the family anymore, she does so many great things. So check her stuff out as well. Just waiting on Rob to hopefully call in shortly. So in the meantime, we are going to also have, I don't know how I'm going to do it, we are going to have some, some live coverage from the July 7th Madison Square Garden WWE show, probably on my Periscope and on the PWP site. I will be there live. It's headlined by The Undertaker. The word is he's going to work, Jinder Mahal. That's the rumor. Ronda Rousey is going to be there despite the, despite the quote-unquote suspension. She was supposed to originally face Nia Jax for the women's title. I actually thought that's where they were going to do the title change. I'm assuming she's gonna work Alexa and they'll probably just do a a DQ. Hang on one second. Well, that Rob just hit me up saying he's having a problem with the pin. I hope we're not having issues like we used to have with Blog Talk. I hope that's 42548. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. That's why we came on to TalkShoe, because Blog Talk was having issues. Let's hope it's not an ongoing issue. I'm waiting to see. I don't mean for the dead air. Oh, here we go. I believe, yep, we have them. Let me... Okay, Rob, you there?
Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how are you? Sorry about that little mix-up with the pin, and I appreciate your patience on being able to get together. It's a little hard with two kids, and especially with one on summer vacation, so I appreciate the patience you had with working with me to come on.
Hey, dude, no worries. I'm driving right now with two twin babies in the car, so I know how it is.
Oh, awesome. How old, man?
They're a year and a half.
Oh, nice. Congrats. God, I got a 10-month-old and a 5-year-old, so... Yeah, awesome.
It goes quick.
Huh?
It goes quick.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the time does. Yep. So, listen. You know what? You got the kids with you in the car. You're driving. So, you know what? I mean, we former 2-time TNA Tag Champ, former TNA Television Champ, former X Division Champ. We know all that, but what's going on now with Robbie since we've last seen you on Impact?
So when I left Impact, it was basically just time. I guess at 34 years old, I feel like I'm in the best shape of my life, and the money really wasn't there anymore in the company, which I'm sure you could see. So I kind of just said, I got to take a risk and see what else is out there, not just in wrestling, just in everything.
Right.
And I did that, and so the first thing that I got into was podcasting. And I was approached to do that for years, and I never really wanted to do it because I felt like, hold on a second, guys, hey, can you read your books? I'm trying to do a podcast. So I got, they're like, what are you talking about? I got it, but I never really wanted to do it because I felt there were so many podcasts out there, and I didn't want to just do one to do it, just to hear myself talk, which I feel like a lot of people do.
Right.
But then I came up with this concept of basically interviewing guys. At first, it was to interview guys who have kind of disappeared and fell off, like guys that aren't on signings with me in conventions, where, you can find out stories from people who aren't around anymore, which I thought would be pretty cool. But then it kind of went into, I came up with the name Why It Ended, and now the concept is basically talking to people about why their big TV run ended. So I ended up coming up with that idea, so I was into it, and I hooked up with Court Bauer at MLW and Matt Kuhn, who's my co-host, and we started doing it. And, man, I got to honestly say, I'm a super confident guy, but, it is blowing up way more than I thought it would. We're killing the numbers every week. People seem to be really positive and happy with the interviews, and we're getting bigger and bigger. Now we're starting with StarCast in Chicago. We're going to start. That's going to be our first live show, so we're starting to branch out with live shows.
Oh,
and then on top of that, I'm just actively wrestling still every week, 2, 3, 4 times a week, all over the world, really. I'm still in and out of the country. And then, I'm dabbling a little bit to possibly get onto some more reality shows. I did Amazing Race a few years ago, and I've been in talks with a few other reality shows right now. So my name will stay alive, and I'm still out there. And then, I still feel like I have something to offer a wrestling company to wrestle full time. So we'll see what happens with that in 2018.
No, definitely. Where can if anyone who doesn't know, where can they find the podcast?
The podcast is, it's on iTunes and everywhere else that you could get podcasts every week. It drops every Wednesday, and then you could get it at whyitended.com. And then our YouTube is whereitended.com, where you could get like some clips from the shows and everything.
Very, very cool. Now you said you're going to StarCast. You're going to be on that podcast row there that they're having out there.
Yeah, I'm actually away the first few days of it, but Matt Coon's going to be there all the days. But the Sunday I'm going to be flying in, and I'm doing the signing during the day. And the convention, and then at night, I believe we are the last live show. They're doing a few, and I think we're the last one, which is going to be cool.
Very cool. Awesome. That's awesome to hear. And you said you're still wrestling, all over. Are you still doing kind of the Robbie? I don't mean this in a bad, like Jersey Shore type character, or have you tweaked the character at all since departing Impact?
It is time for Jersey Shore to end, even though I was already away from it in TNA with the bromance stuff. I was kind of away from the character, but it still kind of lingered on me, and Jersey Shore is so played out. So I said I'm going to switch it up, and now go figure, it's back on TV, and it's getting big numbers, and it's up for like an Emmy, and it's doing awesome again. But anyway, yeah, I have been switching it up. Like, I will still be Robbie E on shows, but I'm working on this new character. I'm basically like a motivational speaker. It's called the Robert Strauss brand. And, I got some videos that are airing, and I debuted it at House of Hardcore a few weeks ago in Canada. And then you could see the weekly videos on my social media and then on Twitch for House of Hardcore. So I felt House of Hardcore was the perfect platform to do something different. It's got a big audience. Tommy Dreamer I love, and he's helped me a lot with the character. So it's going to be slowly branching out, and I'll slowly let it take over, and I'll be Robert Strauss brand everywhere that I am.
Nice. Yeah, definitely, a complete 180 from the original character that we all got to know you with in TNA. I want to ask you one thing, and I found this out. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you, I knew this for years, blah, blah, blah. I found it out. I saw it like 20 minutes ago when I was Googling some stuff on you. Were you the guy in the Edge segment where he mocked the Ric Flair road rage incident?
It's one of Raw's top 100 moments of all time. Yep, that's me.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Wow. Okay.
We filmed that on the right out. It used to be the Continental Airlines Arena, right outside of it on like the highway there. We filmed that. Me, Edge, Bruce Pritchard, and I think we were the cameraman. It was the four of us in a car. We drove out there. We filmed it, and went in an office with Vince. He approved it, and then it aired. Guys, you are just being disrespectful to this man's podcast. You know that? You're trying to get yourself over, and it's not working. My kids are insane.
They start early. My son had his step-up ceremony the other day, and my 10-month-old was trying to steal the show. He was trying to steal the spotlight. All about them, right? Even at that young age, it's all about them trying to take a spot, huh?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yep. My kids. Where will you be? You said you're still working on the weekends. Where can we find you this weekend?
This weekend, actually, tomorrow I'm flying out to Tampa for FTPW Wrestling in Tampa, Florida. There's some good guys on it. Me and MVP's on it, I know. I'll see Rob Terry, so Big Rob will be on it. Sam Shaw. There's a bunch of good guys on it. So I'm flying in early, so hopefully I have enough time to hit the beach for a few hours and get a nice tan. Nice.
Is there anyone still in Impact you're still keeping in touch with, still, hoping to work with again?
Yeah, I mean, so many of my friends are still there. Eddie Edwards is one of my best friends. Zima is one of my best friends. He was at my wedding. Josh Matthews. There's a good Trevor Lee. There's a good portion of guys that I still talk to on a regular basis. Moose.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a lot of, you get these guys that, can't wait for, this is the year they're going to fail. And you know what? It never was about that. You don't want to see anybody fail. And, then you end up with hundreds of guys out of work. I never understood that mentality, that people have in the business, like, hopefully this company, it never made any sense to me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, TNA could do its thing, man. I mean, just because I left, my friends are still getting exposure there and, getting a place to wrestle and make money. So, yeah, more power to them. Yeah,
no, of course. Is there anything that sticks out, I mean, more so than another as far as the TNA run that, you'd say, yeah, you know what, this is the one above. As good as everything was, this is the one that really just is head and shoulders above anything else.
As far as like a match or a feud or anything?
Anything, yeah.
I mean, I had so many for me, winning any championship is memorable, and like you listed all my credentials at the beginning, winning the X Division title and my feud with Jay Lethal was awesome because that was kind of when I first got there. Then I had a fun feud with Eric Young where I won the TV title. Then just being in the Bromans was awesome where we, won the titles twice from the Wolves and we had a great feud with them. I loved working with Rob Terry. Wrestling Ronnie from the Jersey Shore was memorable.
How were those guys to work with? Because you worked with, at one point, was it Ronnie, JWoww, and Angelina? And Angelina was with you guys, right? Like, how was it working with them?
Well, I'll tell you, JWoww was super, super nervous. I mean, hers was really just a promo turned into a cat fight with Cookie. She was super nervous, but very nice and polite, and, it was what it was. Ronnie was great also, but he was, like, beyond nervous. When he walked into that locker room, first of all, he's the smallest guy. I feel big to him, and I'm not a big guy, and he was, like, half my size. But then when he saw Rob Terry, who was my bodyguard and going to be in our match, he was literally, he was shitting his pants. He was scared, man. But, you got to think. He walked into a locker room with Sting and Bubba Ray and the Hardys, all these guys that he probably watched on TV when he was a kid, and he's like, wow, this is a new world. And he had to, do a promo. He had to learn how to wrestle that afternoon. He's hitting the ropes and learning how to hit the mat. So it was a lot for him. But he was a really good dude. And then Angelina, yeah, she was all right, too. She was with us for an episode or two managing me. She was fine, But they were all respectful of pro wrestling, which was cool, and they were happy to be there, so. Hey,
Rob, you still there? Sorry, I had a little issue there with the system for a second. Sorry about that, man.
No worries.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. You've got the Rob Strauss character, you've got the podcast, the reality TV. What else is? It's a lot. The reality shows and stuff like that. Is there one thing more so than of the bunch that we could really look forward to in the immediate future, from you as far as to really look out for, or is it all just expanding all at once?
Yeah, man, listen, the way you build a brand is just by doing as many things as you could and keeping your name out there in every aspect, and I kill it on social media, and yeah, my name is just, I'm working with Muscle and Fitness Weekly, where I'm doing videos that are called The Dad Bod Destroyer, where I'm doing workouts with my kids. I have a show on Fight TV Weekly called Real Robbie E, where it follows me around and you see where I'm traveling that weekend. And then, yeah, between the podcast, wrestling, and whatever other projects I got in the works, dude, I'm still working full-time 24/7, so it's awesome. And then, of course, my social media I'm on all the time. So my Twitter is Robbie E Impact. My Instagram is Real Robbie E. And then my Facebook is robbie-e.com, where you can get my schedule and everything. And then Why It Ended is Twitter and Instagram at Why It Ended. So follow me on all those and, stay active and everything. So I appreciate, all the fans that follow me and interact with me regularly.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you taking the time, especially with the kids in the car. I appreciate it, and, nothing but the best for you, man. I appreciate it, and we'll hope to have you back on soon.
You got it. Thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Thanks for taking the time, Rob. Really appreciate it.
You got it.
Thanks. And that was Robbie E. A lot of great stuff going on. The Rob Strauss character sounds awesome. I'm not even saying that just because he was just on. It just sounds like it's one of those things that's just going to be phenomenal. especially when you look at where the character was a few years ago versus, where he's going towards. And, I mean, the man's a workaholic, and that's, you can't touch that sometimes. You can't touch stuff like that. So hope for all the best for him. Thank you for listening. I am John JCD Dimiceli, and we'll catch you next time on Beer and Money as part of PWP Radio.